And welcome here to the main road ground at Stocksfield for tonight's County Cup match. It's between Stocksfield and Tynedale. It was Stocksfield who batted first and made 117 for 9 from their 20 overs, and Tynedale have just started their reply. They're 0 for 0, and it's Tom Cant who's facing Denithy, and there's a big shout straight away for LBW there, and the umpire turns it down. So we've got a third man, we've got a point, we've got a deep square leg, we've got a deep cover, we've got a mid-off, a mid-on and a mid-wicket as well, and we've got an extra cover in too. That looks like it's Ben Archer for Stocksfield. So it's Cant, the right-hander, who's facing now. Going to be Denithy off a fairly long run from the school end, from left to right. He bowls and Cant plays this to along the ground, and it's straight to mid-wicket there where it's picked up and there is no run. So it's still 0 for 0. 1 over of the reply gone. 118 to win for Tynedale. Stocksfield 117 for 9. There's 3 run-outs in their innings. 4 wickets to Callum McCabe, 1 to Tom Cant and 1 to Josh Renton. And there's just a push back down the pitch this time from Cant, and Denithy picks it up on the second bounce there, and he throws it out throws the ball away to be polished, and he makes his way back towards the end of his run. And he's just down there now, so it's quite an overcast night, but the weather's okay. The pitch looks okay as well, playing a bit slowly maybe, but it's the nearest pitch to the boundary as we look square on here. There's Cant who plays and misses, and has it gone through for 4 runs? I think it'll be 4, yes. Umpire signals 4. It must have been an edge as well, because the wicketkeeper flung himself away there to try and stop that ball, but there was no luck. So 4 on the board to start. Cant goes to 4, and his opening partner is Jamie Crichton down at that end, at the non-strikers end at the moment. And Denithy, a yelp of anticipation there as that catch just got past the wicketkeeper for Stocksfield. But here we go then. It's going to be Denithy again in just a moment. He's got the ball now. It's going to be Cant on strike, the right-hander. And let's see where we're going now. Here he comes. Winds into his run. Cant this time plays away through the leg side up towards long on across to our left up by the school, and it's Douglas who fields there. Tristram Douglas. He got 30 in the Stocksfield innings, and he picks it up and throws it in. Now that was the end of the over, the end of the first over. Tynedale 5 for no wicket, Cant 5, Crichton not yet scored, and it's 113 to win from 19 overs now for Tynedale. So we've got a little bit overcast weather. The clubhouse away to our right. The scoreboard further round on the right hand side, so we'll be down square of the wicket now behind deep cover with amongst the cars here. We've got the car for shelter from the wind. I hope it's getting through wherever it's going to. Wherever you're listening tonight here from Stocksfield, you're very welcome to here on the Cricket West Tyne programme on Spreaker Internet Radio. Matthew Erskine with you here this evening at the main road ground, Stocksfield. Well, it's going to be Cant who is going to face again after that single at the end of the over there, and he's going to have in place as he strikes this slower ball. He just pushes that one up towards Douglas there, who's at mid-wicket now. So we've got a mid-off, a mid-on, a deep mid-wicket, a close mid-wicket, a deep square, a short fine leg, a point, and a deep cover and an extra cover. As Cant down the pitch, and he drives shot this time into the offside towards us here, and it's picked up now, and Cant goes through for a single. And that takes the score to 6 for no wicket. It's 112 to win now for Tynedale. And just the odd spot of rain in the air as we watch. And if you can hear a little background noise, we're right by the side of the road here. The car's going past on the main road behind us. But here's the next one now to Crichton this time, who tries to lean back into that one and hit it finally away towards third man, but he played and missed. and there was no run. But here's the next ball now. Crichton facing full this time, and that one's dinked away down towards the school through the third man position, but it's fielded long before the boundary there, and Crichton gets off the mark with a single there, and the score goes to 7. And Wood it is. Wood bowling for Stocksfield, as in he comes again, right arm over the wicket, and Kant comes forward there and just pushes it to Douglas at mid wicket. No run to Tynedale that time, and there's a fair few Tynedale supporters here tonight. They've come out to enjoy the cricket, plenty on the veranda of the clubhouse across to our right, but Wood now to Kant. Kant goes back and drives this one, a short arm drive, a punch shot really, but it goes straight to the fielder there on the offside at the extra cover, and there's no run, and that's the end of Wood's over, the end of the second over, and it's 7 for no wicket. It's 111 to win now for Tynedale from 18 overs. Kant 6, Jamie Crichton 1 not out. And we're going to have Dunithi again from the school end across to our left. Broomley First School sitting there. All the kids have gone home now. Well, I hope they have. It's getting on towards, it's past 7 o'clock, getting on towards 7:30 this evening in this County Cup match. An early stage round here. Tynedale beat Stocksfield a couple of years back, as the year 2016 when they went through to the final. And it's Dunithi now bowling to Crichton, and he just plays that one behind square on the far side, the offside, and it's fielded, and they don't get a run, and it's still 7 for no wicket. And here we go again now. Dunithi just walks back towards the end of his mark. He's got the ball now, and this is one of only 2 competitions Tynedale are left in this season at the moment. As in goes Dunithi to Crichton, who tries to turn this one away up towards the leg side here, but it strikes his pad and bounces out onto the far side there where it's fielded, and there's no run. Crichton, the right-hander as well, he just steps back in his crease. We've got one umpire tonight with a sun hat on. I don't know, it's very overcast now. We seem to have gloom. Away to the west it's bright. It looks a bit brighter over Hexham across to our left in the distance, but here's Dunithi now bowling to Crichton, who defends this one into the mid-wicket area on this near side, and it's picked up, and there's no run. It's still 7 for no wicket in the third, and the ball getting a good polish there before it goes up. So yes, Callum McCabe, 4 more wickets to him. What a good start it's been here for him at Tynedale this season, after he signed after the start of the season. And here's Dunithi again now, right arm medium fast, he went to drive that one but just opened to face Crichton, and a misfield down at third man, and he's going to get 4 runs for that. The umpire just signals now, and the score goes to 11 for no wicket, and Crichton moves to 5. Kant at the other end is 6 not out. Kant is 4 overs tonight, went for 1 for 14. He opened the bowling and got his 4 overs out the way pretty quickly. But here's Crichton again now, the right-hander faces up to Dunithi. An edge this time, and it's going fine for 4 runs again, down towards third man across to our right on the far side. So 4 more to Crichton. That takes the score to 15 for no wicket Tynedale in the third. Crichton moves to 9, and now it's 103 to win for the visitors tonight here at the Main Road ground. A slight breeze just making its way across, and we're going to have a change in the field here. Third man's come a bit finer. We've got a fine leg in place as well over by the score box there. We've got a deep square leg and a deep mid-wicket have we. We've got a long on, and we've got a mid-off, a deep mid-off. We've got a deep cover, a backward point, and Crichton just having a look around the field now. I thought the mid-off fielder there was dropping back, but he's just gone to retrieve the ball from the boundary down there. So Dunithi it is to bowl again. Here he goes now to Crichton. Past the umpire. Crichton comes out his crease there and goes to drive, but He doesn't, he just defends it down and it's picked up, and that's the end of Denethi's over. It's 15 for no wicket after 3 overs of a maximum of 20 here. Cant 6, Crichton 9, and it's 103 to win from 17 overs for Tynedale. As the two Tynedale batsmen up there, Cant, the captain, and Crichton just have a little chat in the middle of the pitch as usual, as they do these days. And now Archer's the captain there, just directing the field. He's got his blue Stocksfield cap on and his undershirt, long-sleeved undershirt on tonight because that wind's a bit chilly. But here we go, the field just moving about. It's all change. We're just having a look. Everybody seems to be at one end at the moment. And now we're going to have Douglas is going somewhere. He's removing the hard hat from the pitch. So I think it might be, says it's Sam Beadle behind the stumps there. He's giving away his hard hat and puts his cap on. And now we're going to have a change of bowling at this top end. We're going to have a fast bowler on now for Stocksfield. Wood has been taken off after just 1 over. And it's Scandal coming on to bowl, right arm. The old great plumage of red hair there, short sleeves on. He's quite a long-legged fella as well, shirt tucked in, and he's going to bowl to Tom Cant. But now we're having a little bit of a change down here. Have we got somebody who's going to field for Stocksfield? I think we have. Or is he just taking the jumper off? No, he's going down. The young lad has come on, a substitute fielder here, so he's going to third man across by the school, on the school boundary there. Cant's going to have a deep square leg in place, no slips. We've got a backward point, we've got a deep cover, we've got a short extra, we've got a deep mid off and a deep mid on, and a mid wicket there as well. But here's Scandal now. Cant goes to drive, a swing and a miss outside the off this time, and it goes through to the wicket keeper and there's no run. And Archer just throws the ball round the field on its way back to the bowler Scandal. He's just about making it, he's trudging back towards the end of his run up to our right. He's bowling, he'll run in from right to left as we watch here. Here he goes. Cant this time, all defensive, and just pushes the ball out to this near side where Archer picks it up at short extra cover and there's no run. Scandal quickly back to his mark now. And there's just time to tell you the firsts at Tynedale, the Tynedale first 11 at home on Saturday in Division 1 of the Northumberland and Tyneside Cricket League. A 1:30 start against Percy Main. Scandal to Cant. Cant tries to just slowly guide this one away at the third man, but he played and missed through to the wicket keeper and there's no run again. So 118 the target. And it's 102 now for Tynedale to win, with 16 and a bit over, 16.2 overs to go. A Scandal again now, bolts in, quite a long run up, bowling to Cant, and Cant again just plays this one from the crease and it comes out square and it's fielded there at backward point. No run to Tynedale, still 16 for no wicket, as Scandal goes back towards the end of his mark again. Looks like the girls' cricket team, or the ladies' cricket team, are having a net down on the bottom side of the field over towards the railway there. And I may have not noticed, but I haven't seen a train yet go past when we've been broadcasting. But Cant plays this one out to the far side this time, and it's picked up there off the ground at mid-wicket. That was a fuller length ball there. Cant just closed the face on it, but it went straight to the fielder, so there's no run again. And it's still 16 for no wicket. Back to the end of his mark now is Scandal. Starts his run in now. Bowling to Cant. Cant leaves this one alone outside the off, and a wide ball signalled there by the umpire. And that takes the score to 17. 101 to win now for Tynedale. So we'll have another ball in this over. And Scandal's got it again now. Cant, the right-hander, just settles himself in, holds the bat at 90 degrees from the floor. As Scandal's in now, Can't, he's edged it up towards third man and the school. It's fielded now by our substitute fielder and it's thrown in. And Kant gets a single there. So he goes to 7 now. The score goes to 18. So it's exactly 100 to win now for Tynedale. And I must have miscounted the balls in the over there because it's Scandal who's got another ball here. One more, I think it is. And surely just one more as he's in now, bowling to Crichton this time. Crichton tries to turn that one away and he misses down the leg side. And the keeper takes it, and there's no run, and that is the end of the over this time. The end of the fourth over. It's 18 for no wicket Tynedale, and needing 118 to win. Can't 7 not out. Crichton at 9, and it's exactly 100 to win off 16 overs here. 100 off 16 overs as another wagon just chugs past behind us here. We're less than about 10 yards from the main road here broadcasting, and it's going to be Dunithi again to take up the attack for Stocksfield. The Durham Academy player in the Premier League, free to play in the Northumberland Cup competitions tonight. And here he goes now, he's waving at one of his fielders, and let's see, it's Kant on strike. We're going to have a third man he's waving at there, but here he comes, Kant on strike. Plays straight up back down the ground, across to the left, and it's fielded there by Scandal, deep mid-off. And he runs through for a single there, Kant. So that takes the score to 19. It's 99 to win now for Tynedale, off 15.5 overs. Crichton it is, on strike now. 9 not out. And here's Dunithi now, bowling to Crichton. Crichton forward and drives, but he mistimes that one and it goes straight to Archer there at extra cover. Quite close in, so there's no run. It's still 19 for no wicket Tynedale. And it was a big finish from the two tail enders for Stocksfield, who were in at the time, a 6 and a 4 from the last over of Josh Renton, which bumped their score up a bit. And now Dunithi now to Crichton, who's down the pitch, and he plays and misses outside the off, and it goes through to the wicketkeeper, who has a shot at the stumps, but Crichton was back in his crease, and in any event the ball missed the stumps there. So everybody, it's as you were. The umpire at the school end across to our left there, just a jumper dangling down by his side, his short white coat on, his arms folded at the moment. Well, both umpires have got their arms folded at the moment. Dunithi now to Crichton. He pushes back and all defensive, and the bowler does the fielding himself there. Dunithi picks it up off the ground and there's no run. So here we go. Here's Dunithi again, just plodges back towards his mark at the left hand side there. He's just about to get the ball now. Here he goes, and it's going to be Crichton on strike. The pigeon swoops low over the pitch as Dunithi goes in, and Crichton now just guides this one up towards third man, and it's picked up now and thrown in, and there's a good throw, and there's 2 runs. Crichton came through quickly, and he had to rush there because that was a grand throw from down on the boundary there across to our right in front of the hedge. And there's 2 more to the total there. Takes it to 21 for no wicket Tynedale, 118 needed, and it's going to be Dunithi again. And mid-off and mid-on, they're deep at the moment. I think they've just dropped a yard deeper, as it's Dunithi to Crichton again. Crichton tries to play this one away to leg. It's hit his pad and it's come halfway to fine leg, and it's picked up by the wicketkeeper. And a leg bye signalled there by the umpire. So that's the end of the 5th over. It's 22 for no wicket. And Crichton on 11, Kant on 8. And we've got 15 overs left now for Tynedale to make this score. So it's 97 to win for Tynedale. 97. And it'll be Scandal again who's going to bowl. And he's going to bowl to Crichton, who's just at the school end now across to our left. And he's, as you'll remember, he's right-handed, but here's Scandal in now to bowl. Crichton down the pitch, drives for 4 runs over, and it just goes across to our right and hits the wrapped up hose pipe there by the scoreboard, and there's 4 more to the total. A nice drive there, and that takes the score to 26, and Crichton's gone to 15. Now here's Scandal again now. He just turns at the end of his run. Here he is, he's going to bowl to Jamie Crichton. Drives again up towards the boundary here. It's going to be fielded at deep cover. Thrown in now, and Crichton goes at a stately pace through for a single there and adds another one to the total. He's gone to 16, the score goes to 27 for Tynedale, so it's 91 to win now for the visitors here tonight, and it may have just got a little bit more of a cast here. Still 1 or 2 spots of rain in the air, but nothing to worry about just at the moment. And it's going to be Cant on strike now. He's 8 not out. And here's Scandal again. He's up to the wicket now. Cant goes forward and drives out towards the boundary. Almost a replica of the shot from Crichton a moment ago. It's picked up now and thrown in, and Cant goes through for a single as well. He's gone to 9. The score goes to 28 for Tynedale. No wickets down, and it's a 90 to win now for the visitors here in this County Cup tie. And it'll be Crichton on strike. And here he is now. Scandal just at the end of his run. He's about to start off now. Here he comes. Bowls to Crichton, and that was short, and he went to pull, and I think it went over his head and it hit his helmet there and dawdled down onto the offside, this near side to us here. But there was no runs scored, and that wasn't all that short, and it did get up. He must have found a sweet spot in the pitch there, did Scandal, and Crichton, he has a little bit attention off the umpire there, and there was no run. It's still 28, unless here's Scandal now. He's in and bowls, and Crichton this time just guides it up to third man for 1, and he goes through, and it's thrown in, and the wicketkeeper takes the throw. Watched that one under the bat, Crichton, just to open the face, and up it went. So here's Scandal again, back towards the end of his mark. 29 for no wicket now. And it's 89 to win now for Tynedale. Here's Scandal, bowling to Tom Cant. Cant hits this one into the offside, and he goes through for 1. And that's Archer who ran across there from extra cover to stop that one. A good length ball there, just pushed to the left hand of short extra cover from Cant, and he got the single. He takes the benefit, and that's the end of the over. 30 for no wicket Tynedale, and this will be there'll be 15 overs to go, 14 overs to go after this one, I think it is, and it will be Crichton who is at the non-striker's end, and Cant 17 not out on strike again, and 118 is the target. So we've got 88 to win now for the visitors here. And we've got the field sorted, and now the fielder that he's come back on there. Is it Douglas who's just come back on? But Cant's just standing nonchalantly as a train passes going to Newcastle on the far side of the field there, where the railway runs right along behind. And here's Dinithy now, bowling to Cant. And it's Cant's going for 2 here, and there's a run out. No, he hasn't given it. And that was close. The umpire was hunched down there looking at the crease, but Crichton just made it, so it's two runs there to Cant, and the score goes to 32 for no wicket. And here's Cant again now, faces up to this one. He goes for this one and pushes the bat out at it, and he's hit it up towards third man. It was an edge, but he's going to get 1 for it. And he goes through to the non-striker's end, and the score goes to 33 for no wicket with that one. On a chilly evening here now at Stocksfield one or two more coats coming out. I can see John Meadows just standing over there. He's wafting a bat about at the minute, in his day-glow orange hoodie. But he's down watching tonight. Here's the next one now, and Crichton this time drives up towards the railway line, and it's going to go for 4. Lovely shot there from Crichton. A little over pitched that one, and he got onto it quickly, and he hit it quite hard, slightly in the air, but it raced away up to the boundary there. So 4 runs to the total now. That takes the score up to 37, and Crichton has gone to 21 with that shot. So he's making his way here. He's had a 50 in the Cup this season, as well as one in the league, but here's the next ball now, and it's Crichton who goes forward this time and plays and misses outside the off, and it's through to the wicket-keeper, and there's no run. And it seems to have brightened up just a little bit here. The weather's still alright here at the main road ground at Stocksfield tonight. It's holding just. We've got a little bit of grey cloud away to our right hand side over towards Newcastle in the east. But here's the next ball now. Crichton down the pitch and flicks this one through the onside this time, but it's Archer there who's down quickly at close mid-wicket to field that one off the ground. No run. It's still 37 for no wicket in the 7th, this one. 7th over of a maximum of 20. And here's the next ball now. It's Crichton on strike, and he's hit this one, drives it again up towards the school, this time a little bit straighter, and it's Scandal who picks up, and he's got 1 run there, Crichton. He goes through, and the score goes to 38 at the end of the over. Yes, the end of the 7th. It's 38 for no wicket Tynedale, chasing 118 to win, and there'll be 13 overs to go now after this one, and it's going to be Scandal again who takes up the attack. The right-hander, the right-arm medium-fast bowler, seam bowler. And here he is now. He's just turning at the end of his run to start again. We've got a 3rd man in the final leg now, a deep square. Long off as well, and a deep cover outside the ring, and Crichton just pushes for 1, and there's going to be, yes, to get through. Good running there from the Tynedale batsman, and Kant gets through on the strike, and Crichton goes to 23, and the score goes to 39. And Kant it is, 13 not out. He leans on his bat, just holds it above his shoulder now, waits for Scandal, and the little sight screen behind Scandal there, it's no bigger than a it's got a couple of supports and wheels, but it's no bigger than a high hurdle you might see at a sheep mart. But Scandal in now to Kant, just hits this one to backward point along the ground. Was well pitched, and there's a throw at the stumps there at the bowler's end, and Crichton had to stretch for that one. He'd backed up quite a long way there, and now him and the umpire just retrieved the bails, but he was back in time, stretched a long way there to get his bat in, but he's safe. So it was a good ball anyway there by Scandal, a good length, but can't equal to it. Just looked to run it. Indeed, he may have just hit it a little bit more square than he wanted to, because 3rd man's up inside the circle now, and if you can pierce that gap, it's a short boundary over to where the ground cuts in at that corner. Scandal now, Kant, he's got that one a little bit finer, but it's half stopped there, and that's Archer who's down paddling with that one on the ground. But Kant gets a single there, takes the score to 40. He's gone to 14, and it's still 40 for no wicket. And we'll have Scandal again now, just gets the ball down at the far end. He'll be bowling to Crichton this time. Winds into his run now. Crichton hits it, drives high, over, wide long on. It's racing up towards the boundary, towards the practice nets there, but there's a field of in pursuit. He gets there now, gives it a good heave in. It comes towards us here in the bowler's end, and it was a good throw, another good throw from down there, long throw that time. It's by far the longest boundary up on that top side, down by the railway line and the practice nets. So it's Crichton who gets through for 3 runs there. The score goes to 43 for no wicket. And here's Scandal again now. 8th over. Kant pulls, shot this time up towards the square leg boundary, and that's Denethy who picks up now and throws in. And Kant gets another single. He adds a single to his total. He's gone to 15. The score goes to 44 for no wicket in the 8th. And that brings Crichton onto strike. So a third man drops down outside the circle. The 5 out. No third man's coming back up. We've got final leg, a deep square, a long on, a deep cover. And there's Crichton who hits this one for 1 through the vacant square leg area. There's a fielder in pursuit now. He's going to get 2 at a trot, is he? Yes, he gets in. And that was there was no fielders near that for quite a while there, so it allowed him the 2 runs at the end of the 8th over. So it's 46 now for no wicket Tynedale. Kant 15, Crichton 28, and the target of 118 to win this match is edging ever closer for Tynedale. And these two look set now, and hopefully they'll go on for Tynedale. Or Tynedale will be hopeful they can go on and secure this victory and send the team through to the next round of the County Cup. On the other hand, Stocksfield will pin their hopes on taking one of these wickets of either Kant or Crichton in the next few minutes. And one feels it may have to be in the next couple of overs or 3. But here's Kant is facing up to the next one. He's there, and Kant just pushes this one out. Times it well up too long off there, where Scandal fields in front of the school. Across to our left, and he just keeps hold of it there, and Kant goes through for a single. So if you get a big gust of wind has just set off across the ground now. We're getting buffeted here down on this side of the ground. It's 47 now for no wicket. And in comes the bowler again, and Crichton this time. He doesn't hit this one very far, and it's a dropped ball, and it doesn't go very far, and the wicketkeeper just picks it up there. No run to Tynedale. So it's 47 for no wicket, 118 the target, and there'll be 11 overs left after this one. The 12th last over here, and here we go. The next ball on its way now. Here's Crichton. Faces up and down the pitch and drives in the air a bit, but it's running up towards Scandal again at long off there. He throws in quickly now to the bowler's end, and he keeps it to 2 anyway, and Crichton back up to this end, and we have 1 short. One call of 1 short at this end that time from the umpire. So Kant that time, he was running to that end, so 1 short, so the score goes to 48, I think it is. So it's reading 49 at the minute, and whether there was a 1 put on before that, but I certainly saw the umpire signal for 1 short at the right hand side. But here's Crichton again, and he's lofted one this time, and has he got it? No, it's down, is it? Yes, it's gone down, and Crichton will get through for 2. That was a fullish ball, and the throw in there knocked the bails off, but that was a full ball, and Crichton played it off his legs in the air up towards us here at deep square, and the fielder there just couldn't hold on. So Crichton survives, and the score goes to the 50's up now for Tynedale, 51. And here's the next one. Crichton just hits this one. Does he? No, it's through to the wicketkeeper, and the keeper takes it cleanly there, so there was no run again. It's still 51 for no wicket on the scoreboard, and it'll be Crichton to face up again. We've got a third man and a short final leg, a deep square, deep backward point now, a deep extra cover, and an orthodox cover, a long off, mid wicket, and a deep mid on. But Crichton now to face this next ball. Here he goes. Down the pitch and hits it hard this time. and drives it up towards the school where it's fielded by Scandal and thrown in, and Crichton gets 1. He goes through, and that's the end of the over. The end of the over brings the score out at 52 for no wicket, Crichton 33, Cant 16, and the score of 118 a little bit closer now. So we're going to have Crichton on strike for the next ball here, and the bowler will be coming in from right to left as we watch here. And where's the field going this time for Crichton? We've got a third man, we've got a fine leg, we've got a backward point, we've got a deep square leg, we've got a deep cover on our side here, right in front of us on the boundary. We're going to have a long off, our long on. There's a little symposium of a meeting going on down at the bowler's end at the moment. So we've got that far. We'll just bring you the fielders this side. So no, we're going to have a change again. So backward point disappears. Third man's inside the circle now. Backward point disappears round to close mid wicket. There's an orthodox point in now. A short extra cover and a deep mid off and a deep mid wicket, as well as an orthodox one, and Crichton drives it high straight over, deep mid off there. So the fielder came in from the boundary, and it didn't pay dividends because Crichton drove it straight back over his head across to our right hand side. So 56 now. The score will go to on the scoreboard 56 for no wicket, and Crichton goes to 37. Crichton again, he's bowled him, he's out this time. He came down the pitch, went for the big drive again, and it's taken the bails, and the off stump leans back there, and Crichton is out, and he goes for 37. And he's just making his way off now after hitting that fine shot off the last ball. He's out of this one, and he makes his way off, just takes his hard hat off there, makes his way across off the field to our right hand side up towards the clubhouse here at Stocksfield. And here he goes, the new batsman in for Tynedale is Rainford, James Rainford going in at 56 for 1 now. Crichton 37. And it's going to be Rainford who's taking his guard now. And for the new batsman, we're going to have a fine leg, a short third man, a point, an extra cover, a deep mid off, a deep mid on, a mid wicket, and a deep square leg. And now deep mid off is just dropping down to the boundary. So we've got a long off and a deep mid wicket as well. Rainford player hits this one square on the offside towards us here, where it's picked up. Got up a bit that one, and Rainford just guided it off the face, just opened it up a bit, but he doesn't get a run, so he's still on yet to score. 56 for 1 Tynedale, and this is the 10th over. So they're going about equal pace here, half the overs and half the runs. In goes the bowler, and there's the next one, and that's pulled, a short arm pull up towards deep mid wicket, and Rainford gets 1. It's thrown in now, and he gets off the mark, and the score goes to 57. So 51 exactly now for 61 exactly now for Tynedale to win. And in goes the bowler, and Cant pulls that one round the corner up towards Douglas there. It's fine leg who throws in now to the wicketkeeper's end. And Cant has gone through for a single there. And a real gusty night coming up here, I think, for the West Tyne and Tynedale. We're getting buffeted about again. Another great swoop of breeze comes whistling away from our left through across the clubhouse. But here's Rainford, hits it up here towards us, drive for 4 runs, and it's rolling up here towards us. and it's just coming up and it's going to be retrieved now. So 4 runs to Rainford, a nice drive there that takes the score to 50. It takes it now to 62 and Rainford's gone to 5 with that shot. So the gap closes up here. And that was the end of the over as well. So Tom Cant will be on strike for the next one. 62 for 1 Tynedale at the end of that one, at the end of the 10th. So we've got 10 overs to go, 60 balls. And it's 56 needed to win the match now. 56. And a change in the field here. We're going to have a deep backward point. We're going to have a deep extra cover, an orthodox cover inside the circle. We've got a long off, a deep square leg and a third man. Those are the 5 out. And here's the next one now, and Cant it is who hits this one through the covers to the right hand of Archer there, and he's going to get one. Nicely placed there from Cant. Just give yourself enough time to get through, and it goes to 63 for 1 now in the 11th over here on a breezy night down the Tyne from Hexham. These two teams have got a big weekend coming up, and as I read on one of the Twitter feeds of Stocksfield, they've got a double-header weekend coming up, these two in the league in Division 1 over the weekend of the 30th of June and the 1st of July. But Crichton it is to face the next, Rainford it is to face the next one, and he's hit this one as a shot, and that's a wayward throw, and there might have been a chance there if Archer had got that one on target, but he didn't at the bowler's end, and it's Rainford who gets through for the single after going back into his crease there and just clipping that to mid-wicket. So the score goes to 64. 64 for 1 Tynedale. Crichton the man out for 37. And here's Cant now, just has a look around the field. And Cant had a good run of scores in the league as we head up towards the next ball now. Here he comes. Cant this time turns it round the corner up towards the clubhouse, and he's picked the gap. He must have saw that gap there and just flicked it round, and it's gone for 4. It just clatters into the concrete steps and the hoardings down there to our right in front of the clubhouse here at Stocksfield, and 4 more to the total. The score goes to 68 for 1, and Cant's gone to 22. And here's Cant again on strike. Here's the next ball now, past the umpire it comes, and there's Cant who drives this time, but straight along the ground, and Archer picks it up there with extra cover, and there's no run. And back to his mark, the bowler goes now. And here's Cant, just makes himself comfortable at the crease there. He's there now, and he hits this one up towards deep backward square towards us here. It's picked up now. They're just going for 1 this time. Rainford thought there might be 2 there, but Cant sent them back. So Cant goes to 23. The score goes to 69 now for 1 Tynedale, chasing 118 to win, and we'll have 9 overs left after this one. And here's Rainford now, playing a miss outside the off stump this time. Went to square drive that one, and he missed it. It went through the wicketkeeper, and that's the end of the over. Tynedale 69 for 1 after 11, so there's 9 to go, and Tynedale, they need 40, 48, 49 to win now. 49 of 9 overs. So here we go, 49 off 54. 49 runs off 54 balls, and it's going to be Cant on strike. He's having a look around the field now. And here's the ball. Cant just goes back in his crease. They're not going to get this one. It's just pushed out there to mid-wicket, straight mid-wicket, and it's picked up. I think that's Denethy who picked it up there. And the score remains the same, but it's now 49 of 53. Here's Kant again, faces up to the next one now. Kant just pushes again, another dot ball, so to mid-wicket there. Played back in his crease, and it's picked up, so it's 49 now, or 52. 49 or 52 for Tynedale to win this match. As the bowler just back towards the end of his mark again now. Here he comes, he's on his way in now. Left arm around the wicket to Kant, who pulls round the corner, and it's racing up towards the long leg boundary. Douglas is after it, two of them are after it. Douglas misses out, it's picked up by Scandal, thrown in hard, but Kant gets back for 2 runs. So that's 2 more to the total. It goes to 71 for 1. Kant moves to 25. It's now 47 to win for Tynedale. And here's the next ball on its way now. Kant, a short ball that time, it popped up, and they're going for a quick single as a throw at the bowler's end, and it's well backed up there, and Kant does get through for the single safely enough. And 1 more to the total now. It goes to 72 for 1 Tynedale. So 46 now to win. Here's the next one now. Sets himself up, Rainford on strike this time as somebody gives us a hoot on the road, main road there, and that one's just clipped out towards mid-wicket, but it doesn't get very far. And there's 1 run there, and the score goes to 70. It's 73 it's gone to. The scoreboard there meandered back to 71 for a bit, but it's gone to 73 now. And now we're back down to 72, so we'll give you an update as soon as it sorts itself out. But here's Kant again now, and this one's down the leg side. Wide ball, called by the umpire there. And a little flash of the light in the scorer's box sends the score up to 73. And if I'm not wrong, they may have took that 1 short off now, but we'll have to see about that. But it's Kant on strike again with a fine leg in place, a backward point and a short third man and a deep square leg, and there's a good shot, but it's mistimed. Leant back on that one and tried to square drive it, but it bounced into the ground and it went straight to the fielder there at backward point, and there's no run. So at the end of the 11th, we've got 73 for 1 Tynedale, chasing 118 to win. 73 for 1. Kant still there on 25, and Crichton the man out for 37. A tidy innings from him, a big 6, and then out to the Bould the next ball after that one. So here we go, we're going to have the 13th over coming up here, and it's going to be Rainford on strike, and it looks like we're going to have a bit of pace taken off here. Are we? We'll just have a look. I think so, I think we will. And Tynedale, you must say they're just slightly ahead as favourites at the moment, especially with Kant still there and Rainford on 6. He's played a few fine cup innings over his time, won this season already, and we're sorting out the field here. They better get on with it, because it's getting a bit gloomy here at the main road ground at Stocksfield at the moment. So here we go. I don't know if there's a time limit on the innings in this competition. There certainly is in others, but we're not going to have any slow bowling at the moment. It's going to be Rainford who's going to face up to medium fast, and he'll be trying to beat a deep mid-wicket on this side, a third man and a deep cover on the other, a long off and a long on. There's a big gap down here behind square, and that one's hit up towards short third man there, where there's a good stop, and Rainford doesn't get a run there. It's a dot ball, and the scoreboard, I'll bring you an update now. We've got 74 for 1 Tynedale, chasing 118 to win. 117 from Stocksfield in the first innings. But here is Rainford, hits this one through square on the offside, right up the crease line. There's a fella coming in from the far boundary now, and he throws in towards us here, and they just get one, the Tynedale batsman there, and the score goes to 75. Here we go. Here's the next ball now. Here's Kant. He's up there now and bowls, and that's turned round the corner, but he's not going to get a run because it's fielded nicely there. It's sort of backward square leg on the 45-degree line there from the crease. The fieldsman there for Stocksfield, so there's no run. It's still 75 for 1. And here's Kant facing up again. There's the next one now, and Kant tries to turn around the corner, and he's going to get one. I think it struck his pad there, and a wide ball signalled there by the umpire. Wide ball, and he got a run as well, so there'll be 2 to the total there. 77 for 1 now, Tynedale. So 41 to win. 41 to win now for the visitors. And Rainford again. Short ball this time, and he's back on the foot. Rock drive on the up towards the far boundary. A deep cover. They're coming back, scooting back for 2 as the ball rushes in here towards Kant's end, the bowler's end, and they get another 2. The score goes to 79. Rainford's gone to 8, and Kant is on 27. He's just standing down that end at the moment, wondering when he'll take the strike again. He looks quite happy not to at the moment as Rainford takes up position again. He's got the strike at the minute. Full ball this time, unlike stump, and it turns to turn it away, and that's good running there. They come through quickly for a single, and that'll be a leg by, was it? No, not a leg by, and if you didn't hear that, for the gust of wind that's just come across again, I do apologise, but we've gone to 80 now, the score. And here's the next ball now. For Kant to wallop away, pulls high over the cars, through the trees, and 6 runs. It's a big one there from Kant over towards this near side, up towards the road, and Kant got rocked under the back foot, got in line, and took it from just outside the off stump, and hence it went in front of square there for 6 runs. So the score goes to 86 for 1 at the end of that over. And it's Kant who stays at the non-striker's end that time, and it'll be Rainford on to strike now, the right-hander. He's 9 not out so far in his innings, as another train dashes off towards Newcastle there on the far side, going at quite medium pace. It's not hurtling along, but here's is this Tynedale coming back on at this end? No, it's not. He's going into deep mid off there. So we've got a deep square leg, a deep mid wicket, a long off, a deep. Nobody else deep at the moment, is there? No, can't see them. Here's Rainford, hits out, and it may be going to be 4 up towards the cars again. A square hit that time from Rainford. It rushes through just inside point there, up towards us, and it just crosses the boundary. So 4 more runs to the total. It goes to 90 now. 90 for 1, Tynedale. And it's 28 to win now. 28, and we're still just in the 13th over here. 28 for Tynedale to win. Rainford plays for 1. A nice little dropped shot there to Douglas, who runs in from short third man to field that one. So Rainford goes to 14. The score goes to 91. And it's 27 to win now for Tynedale. 27. Kant leans on his bat, waiting for the next one. And here we go. Long on in place now. A deep mid wicket, a deep backward square leg, an orthodox mid wicket on that leg side, and a deep cover. There's Kant, who defends this one back down the pitch, and just off to this near side, the offside, and Archer picks it up and gives it back to the bowler, and he marches off back towards the end of his mark. But here we go again now. Kant sets himself to face the next one. It's 27 to win here. Kant 33 not out. Drive this time, but it just rolls along the ground, and it's picked up there by the bowler, and there's no run. And it'll be Kant now to face the next one. He's just set himself. Here he goes now. Here's the bowler, he's up there, Kant just hits this one back, a defensive shot there, looks for a single, but in the end doesn't go for it, and just settles for the dot ball there. So it's still 27 to win now for Tynedale, 27, and Kant still on strike here, and he faces the next one now. And he hits this one backward of square on the offside. It's running up towards deep backward point across to our left on this side, and it's thrown in now, and Kant goes through for a single, and that's the end of the over. It was Kant goes to 34, the score goes to 92, so 26 now for Tynedale to win, 26, and there'll be 7 overs in which to do it. And it will be Rainford at the non-striker's end, so Kant with that single goes back onto strike. And yes, on Saturday the Tynedale first team are playing Percy Main at Priors Flat, and we'll be on the air from 2:30 as usual for our Saturday League games in the Northumberland and Tyneside Cricket League. 2:30 for the cricket commentaries, the broadcasts from Priors Flat. The match starts at 1:30. The second team will be playing away as well, but here's Kant to face the next ball now. He hits that one back down the pitch and slightly to the offside and along the ground, and it's fielded by the bowler himself there, and there's no run, so 26 to win. And as I was saying just a moment ago, these two teams in the league in Division 1, a big weekend, the 30th of June and the 1st of July, a double header, and it will be Kant again who faces up to this one. He bowls, and that's through to the wicketkeeper outside the off stump, and there's no run. Score still at 92, 26 to win for Tynedale. And it was Callan McCabe with 4 wickets in the Stocksfield innings. There was 3 run-outs as well, and Kant got one, and so did Josh Renton. But here's Kant now, hits it up towards third man, and it's fielded now. A well-pitched ball there, but Kant played it well, just opened the face again and cut it away up towards the fielder there, standing just inside the hedgerows up at that far side to our right. And now that brings Rainford under strike, with the score moved to 93, with 25 now to win for the visitors. 25. And here's Rainford now faces this one, and he drives this one, but it goes straight to the fielder along the ground there at extra cover. That's Archer. He picks it up and throws the ball back towards the bowler's end, and there was no run there, so it's still 93 for 1. Tynedale. Crichton out for 37, bowled, and we've got 5 overs to go after this one. Rainford now playing a miss outside the off stump that time, and the wicketkeeper takes it cleanly enough, and it's thrown out again round the offside field before it'll get back to the bowler for Stocksfield, and he'll set off on his run again, down from left to right as we watch the play here, from down beyond the deep square leg boundary, and it's Rainford who'll face up this time once again. And he's chipped that one in the air, but it's over mid-wicket, running up towards the boundary to our left. Douglas is after it. He doesn't get there though. Yes, he does. He's going to pick up a little bit of a mix-up there, and they've got it. And Rainford's going to come back for 3 runs to the short boundary on this side. So the score goes to 96, and it's 22 now to win for Tynedale at the end of the over. So 5 left after this one. Now this one's finished, I beg your pardon. So 30 balls here. 30 balls in which to score 22, Tynedale. And it's going to be Scandal who comes back on the ball for the home side here. He did alright in his first spell, but he's going to bowl to Rainford, and there's a slip in place now. And it's 22 needed from 30 balls here for Tynedale. Rainford the right-hander, 17 not out. Here's Scandal. Rainford just goes back in his crease and pushes this one out to mid-wicket there. Along the ground, and it's fielded, so a dot ball. So 29 to go, still 22 needed. 29 with 22 needed. 22 needed from 29. And Rainford to face Scandal again. He's on his way to bowl, winds into his run-up. Rainford pulls it away, and it's gone high up towards deep square leg. He didn't time it quite so well. Will the fielder get there? A good dive and stop up on the far side there. And Rainford comes back. Kant comes up to the striker's end. So Rainford gets 3 runs to a very good dive and stop on the far boundary there, down at deep square leg. So the score goes to 99. So it's 19 to win now for Tynedale. 19. And Kant this time drives it up towards the boundary here in front of us, just slightly to our right at extra cover, but it's fielded inside and thrown in, and Kant goes through for 2, and that's the 100 up for Tynedale. They go to 101 for 1. Kant goes to 36, and Rainford there on 20. And here's Scandal again now, just at the end of his run again. And it's getting rather gloomy again here at Stocksfield now. The night coming in as Kant just plays that one down defensively, and there's no run. As Scandal's just throwing the ball back, he'll bowl again in just a moment. Something different. He might just have stopped halfway through his run up and come off a shorter run there, but he's back to his full, and there he goes now. Charges up past the umpire, bowling to Kant. Kant just plays that one an edge through the slips, and it's gone for 4 up to the third man boundary at the school there, Broomley First School, and that was a good diving effort there in the slips, but it didn't come off. But that was a genuine edge from Kant. He played down on it, but to place it between slip or the wicket keeper there, it went through the pair of them and up to the boundary. So 105 now, 13 to win for Tynedale. Kant swats away this one up towards the straight mid-wicket boundary, up towards the practice nets and the railway there, and it runs for 4, and that takes the score to 109 now. So it's 9 to win for Tynedale, just 9 to win for the visitors, and if they get through, they'll win by 9 wickets with plenty balls left to spare. And it'll be that was the end of the over as well, so 4 off the last ball there. So we've got 4 overs left now, 24 balls and just 9 needed here for Tynedale. 24 balls and just 9 needed. Yeah, and we're going to have James Rainford on strike at the right hand side as we look at the play here. And here he is now. Here's Rainford, faces up now with a slip in place, pushes that one out onto the far side, and the ball runs up to mid-off there, deep mid-off, and it's fielded, and there was no run. So it's still 109 for 1 Tynedale. 9 runs needed here for them to go through to the next round of the County Cup. And Rainford it is on strike. Drives it hard, and he's dropped it. There's a drop at deep mid-off there. There's a drop. He didn't time that drive. It went in the air, and it was just above waist height, and it's gone down. So Rainford let off there on 20 with a score at 109. So a chance to remove an extra wicket there, but It's fallen by the wayside. So here's Rainford again. Faces up to the next one now. Clips it through mid-wicket. It's Douglas after it. Well timed, he's got 2. It's fielded now. It's going to be thrown in from front of the house across to our left. And Rainford gets another 2. He goes to 22. 111 now for 1 Tynedale. Crichton is the only batsman out so far. He scored a tidy 37. And it'll be Rainford back on strike again. Drives for 4. Has he? No, there's a man out there at deep cover in front of the pitch covers out on that far side. So he just gets 1 that time, and the score goes to 112. So just 6 to win now for Tynedale, and we're in the 17th over here of a maximum of 20. And it's heading for darkness here at Stocksfield, as it will be everywhere else at the moment. Still bright sky away to the left, across in the west, but we've got a bit of overcast cloud here. As Kant this time play a swing and a miss outside the off, and they're going to get a bye this time. 1 bye there to the total, I think. Was it? Yes, the umpire just puts his hand up and signals to the scorers, who are beyond the clubhouse there. They've got the light on. That's how dark it is now. They've put the light on in their room, their little scoring room across there. And the brightest thing on the ground at the moment is the scoreboard. As in comes the bowler now. Rainford tries to play away through this near leg side, but he doesn't get it, and it strikes his pad, and there's a half an appeal there, but it was turned down, and that's the end of the over, the end of the 17th. So 3 to go here, and just 5 to win now for Tynedale with that bye. 5 runs to win for Tynedale here, and 9 wickets in hand. That doesn't matter anymore. 9 wickets in hand, but Rainford 23 and Kant 44, and it'll be Tom Kant to face. And with 5 needed, what's the betting? The 6 will come here for him to make a 50, and he'll be dearly hoping so. If he gets the right ball, there'll be no doubt he'll try for it, and I would say there's a 80% chance of him hitting 6 here, either off this one or the next one, for him to make 50 and win the match for Tynedale. And here he is. Kant faces this one. Oh, he went for the pull it, and he nearly got bowled there. He went to pull it away, and it kept low, and it was pitched back of a length, and it split him in half. He turned right round 180 degrees there after that shot and just knelt. He went for it. He went for the big one, but he didn't get it that time. So it's still 5 to win, and here's the next one now. Let's see Kant. And a nice forward defensive, textbook forward defensive out to the offside. And Archer fields it there at extra cover on this near side, and there's no run. So with 2.4 overs to go, 5 to win for Tynedale. Kant on strike. He's pulled that one low, and he's kept it down, and it's running up there towards the deep mid-wicket boundary, and he's got a single there, and he's gone to 45, and the score goes to 114 for 1. And that brings Rainford on to strike, 23 not out, the right-hander, and he will have a look around the field. There's still a slip in place, and a fine leg, a deep mid-wicket, a long on, and a deep cover. Here's the next ball now. Rainford drives this one, and it's hit the stumps at the opposite end across to our right there, from the square of the wicket as we look at it here, to our right, and there's no run. So it's still 114 for 1. Rainford on strike. And here's the next ball now. Up it comes, and Rainford batters this one, but he doesn't time it. It's gone straight to Scandal there, who's fielding at deep mid-off. And there's again no run, so 4 to win now for Tynedale. 4 to win, and we'll have 2 overs after this one. 2 overs and 2 balls left. Here's Rainford again now. Strikes out at this one, drives it square, and he's going to get a single that time up to the boundary in front of us here. It's thrown in now, so the score goes to 115, so 3 to win. Rainford goes to 24, and that was the end of the over. So we've got 12 balls left now, 12 balls to go, and 3 needed by Tynedale. 3 off 12, and it'll be Rainford on strike after that single there. He's pinched the strike for this penultimate over. And what are we going to have here? We've got everybody inside now, everybody up apart from third man. Slips come out, so we've got a third man, we've got a short fine leg, we've got a backward point, we've got a cover, an extra, a deep mid off and a deep mid on, a square leg and a mid wicket for this penultimate over here. And as we peer through the gloom here out towards the play from the main road side of the ground here at Stocksfield, looking towards the railway across there, the trees all full of that green plumage at the minute, leaning a little to the right across to the east, trying to shelter themselves from that prevailing wind. But here's Rainford now, drives, and he's not going to get any runs there. It went along the ground, but it wasn't timed and went to deep mid off that time, and there was no run. So it's 3 to win for Tynedale. Still at the moment 3 to win, and Rainford just sets himself again. Third man's come up this time, he's inside the circle now, so everybody inside as Rainford drives it over the top, over mid on, and it's going for 4, and that's the win for Tynedale. Tynedale win by 9 wickets here tonight at Stocksfield. They finish with 119 for 1 wicket in the 19th over, in the penultimate over, so they win by 9 wickets to Stocksfield's 117 for 9 from their 20 overs. Tom Cant finishes with 45 not out, and Rainford finishes with 28 not out. The man out was Jamie Crichton for 37, and that was quite a while ago now. But these two, Rainford and Cant, take the Tynedale through to the next round of the County Cup, the Northumberland County Cup, with a 9 wickets win over Stocksfield. 119 for 1, played 117 for 9. So from here at Stocksfield on Cricket West Tyne, you've been with me, Matthew Erskine. Our next broadcast is from 2:30 on Saturday. It's Tynedale versus Percy-Main in the league. So from Stocksfield here tonight, I wish you all a very good night. Tynedale win by 9 wickets.